Welcome back to another video here on White Stoner's channel. I will be doing the 2004 DVD collection. So let's get into this. Here we have the 2004 Royal Rumble. John Cena is on the cover. We don't hear much about this one. Nobody ever talks about this one. I don't know if it's considered rare or hard to find now, because Chris Benoit won this Royal Rumble. This is my third favorite Rumble. We had Dudley Boyz versus Ric Flair and Batista in a World Tag Team Championship tables match. Eddie versus Chavo, the Royal Rumble match. 15 SmackDown and 15 Raw Superstars. Winner gets a shot at WrestleMania 20. And then Triple H versus Shawn Michaels in a great last man standing match. 2004 was somewhat weird for inserts. Some of them had them, some of them didn't. Next we have No Way Out with Eddie Guerrero on the cover. That's fantastic to see Eddie Guerrero on a cover. This was actually a really good pay-per-view. I do recommend it if you haven't seen it. We have APA versus the World's Greatest Tag Team. Nydia versus Jamie Noble, and Jamie Noble had to be blindfolded. Rey Mysterio versus Chavo for the Cruiserweight Championship. Brock Lesnar versus Eddie Guerrero for the WWE Championship. Next we have WrestleMania 20. This one would be my fourth favorite WrestleMania, because there's not many matches on here that I would say I don't like. I think there would be just one match on here that I didn't care for. And that was Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg. I myself am probably just like everyone. That match was dumb, and we didn't need to see it. So after that match, basically Brock Lesnar left the WWE, and I think Goldberg did too. And Stone Cold was a special guest referee of that match. We had Eddie Guerrero versus Kurt Angle for the WWE Championship in a great match. Chris Benoit versus Triple H versus Shawn Michaels for the world title. And then Chris Benoit's 18-year odyssey to become World Heavyweight Champion finally happened here at WrestleMania. And then we saw Undertaker, the Dead Man gimmick, come back to face Kane, which was cool. There's the disc art. It's actually pretty cool with the blueness in it. I like it. Next we have Backlash 2004. This one was held in Canada. So what a better way to put Canada's own Chris Benoit on the cover. I do like this cover. You can also say that it's actually a great cover because, for once, Triple H is not on the Backlash cover. Someone else is, so that's cool. Tajiri versus Jonathan Coachman the Hurricane and Rosie versus Law Resistance for a number one contenders match. Randy Orton versus Cactus Jack in a hardcore match for the Intercontinental Championship. That one was actually fantastic. And then Chris Benoit versus Triple H versus Shawn Michaels in the final encounter for the World Heavyweight Championship. That match was just as good as a WrestleMania match. Next, we have Judgment Day. I have said it before. If Undertaker's going to be on the cover of anything, you know it's going to be badass. And that's exactly how this cover is. I like this cover. I like all the colors that are in it, and I like how he's all blue. And that's pretty much his color. Cool spine. Scotty 2 versus Mordecai. Yeah, Mordecai. Tori Wilson versus Dawn Marie. Rico and Charlie Haas versus Billy Gunn and Hardcore Holly. Both of those teams are weird pairings. RVD and Rey Mysterio versus the Dudley Boys. John Cena versus Rene Dupree for the U.S. Championship. And then Eddie Guerrero versus JBL for the WWE Championship. This one was known for how bad JBL hit Eddie Guerrero with the chair and how bad Eddie Guerrero was bleeding. I do like the disc art and how Undertaker there reflects. It's really cool. Next we have Bad Blood. Shawn Michaels and Triple H look to settle their score once and for all in the most unforgiving match imaginable. Okay, if you have 45 minutes to kill, go watch this pay-per-view and go watch the main event. Triple H and Shawn Michaels battle in a Hell in a Cell match for 45 minutes. Eugene versus Jonathan Coachman. Chris Jericho versus Tyson Tomko. Law Resistance versus Chris Benoit and Edge. I think Edge left this match, and Chris Benoit won the titles by himself in this match, and that's why I always like Chris Benoit. He is unpredictable, and he can do a lot of stuff that we didn't think of. Randy Orton versus Shelton Benjamin for the Intercontinental Championship, and then Chris Benoit versus Kane for the World Heavyweight Championship. Next, we have the Great American Bash with Tori Wilson on the cover. It's good to see some of the divas get on the covers, because most of the time we have the guys, so seeing a diva get on the cover is actually pretty cool. Let's see. Undertaker versus the Dudley Boys in a concrete crypt match. He had to put Paul Bearer in concrete if he lost or something like that. Rey Mysterio versus Chavo for the Cruiserweight Championship. The Texas Bull Rope match for the WWE Championship. And this is where JBL started his WWE Championship reign by beating Eddie Guerrero at the Great American Bash. Thanks to general manager Kurt Angle at the time. And then we get all those. Those are your extras. Next we have Vengeance. This is actually a really cool cover for Randy Orton. And then you have all of that at the bottom. Some of his greatest moments. But this is just a beautiful cover. Law Resistance versus Eugene and Ric Flair. Weird pairing again. Matt Hardy versus Kane in a no disqualification match. Chris Jericho versus Batista. Randy Orton versus Edge in a good match. And then Chris Benoit versus Triple H for the World Heavyweight Championship in another good match. Of course, my box is broken, as you can see. But it's the weird box where you gotta push here. That's the weird box. Next is SummerSlam. Undertaker versus JBL for the WWE Championship, and then Chris Benoit versus Randy Orton. I have heard there was a different cover for this, where it just has Undertaker and JBL. Never seen it in stores at all, and I can't ever find it. We had Diva Dodgeball, Edge versus Batista versus Chris Jericho for the Intercontinental title, Booker T versus John Cena, the best of 5 series for the United States Championship, Triple H versus Eugene, JBL versus Undertaker, and then Chris Benoit versus Randy Orton for the world title. And then Randy Orton would become the youngest World Heavyweight Championship ever here at SummerSlam. And then get, I think a couple months, either a couple months or not too long after winning the world title, he would get kicked out of Evolution because Triple H was basically pissed off that he wasn't world champion and that someone else in his group was. Next, we have Unforgiven, Inside Pain, with Kane on the cover. This is a cool cover. I do like it. Trish Stratus versus Victoria for the Women's Championship. Law Resistance and Rhino. Law Resistance versus Rhino and Tajiri. Chris Jericho versus Christian for the Intercontinental Championship and a ladder match, which was good. And then Randy Orton versus Triple H for the world title. Next we have No Mercy with JBL on the cover. This cover is alright. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites. We have Rey Mysterio and RVD versus Kenzo Suzuki and Rene Dupree, I think. Or it's either Kenzo Suzuki and Rey Mysterio. Nope, it's Kenzo Suzuki and Rene Dupree versus Rey Mysterio and RVD. I just saw the versus sign. Booker T versus John Cena versus Paul Heyman versus Billy Kidman for the U.S. title. Eddie Guerrero versus Luther Reigns. Big Show versus Kurt Angle. And then JBL versus Undertaker in a last ride match. I was fucking disappointed with that match. If you're gonna have a last ride match, then you should have Undertaker win it. I can't stand JBL as a wrestler, so I thought Undertaker deserved the win so much here. And they didn't give it to him. So that pissed me off. But when JBL went over to commentary, I actually liked him on commentary. Because on commentary, he can do what he does best, and that's run his mouth. Next, we have Taboo Tuesday with the world title. It was vacant for some reason. If you know why, leave a comment down below. Christy versus Carmella in a pillow fight. Chris Jericho versus Shelton Benjamin. Kane versus Gene Snitsky in a steel chain match was actually cool. Randy Orton versus Ric Flair in a steel cage match. Eugene versus Eric Bischoff. Loser must get his head shaved. And that match was kind of funny, more than entertaining. And then Triple H versus Shawn Michaels, once again, for the World Heavyweight Championship. Next we have Survivor Series. I do like this cover. It's different from what we've always seen. It's more like a cartoon gimmick, so that's cool. We have Trish Stratus versus Lita. Here's a Survivor Series match right there, and then the other one is right there. We had Undertaker versus Heidenreich, and then JBL versus Booker T in the main event. Pretty much, I didn't really care who won the main event, because I didn't like either one. And then here is your extras and DVD exclusives. And our last pay-per-view is Armageddon. Okay, I am a huge Big Show fan, but they could have picked something much better than this. We're getting, don't just have him stomp down because he's a giant, and then have the Armageddon logo. That feels a little cheesy to me. Spike Dudley versus Funaki. RVD and Rey Mysterio versus Kenzo Suzuki and Rene Dupree. Big Show versus Luther Reigns, Mark Jinjarg, and Kurt Angle in a 3-on-1 handicap match. John Cena versus Jesus, I think that's right, in a street fight for the U.S. Championship. And then JBL versus Undertaker versus Eddie Guerrero versus Booker T in the Fatal 4-Way match for the WWE Championship. So, there you have it. There is the complete 2004 WWE DVD pay-per-view collection. Let me know what your favorite moment, favorite match, or your favorite pay-per-view was down below. Don't forget to subscribe, because that'll help me out. Don't forget to like, because that's polite. This is White Stoner signing off.